Hello and welcome, Avinash. Welcome to Bollywood Live.
Thank you so much, Imran.
I'm liking the lockdown beer. It's really cool, man. It's really cool.
Yeah, I've kept it growing for now. I've kept it growing.
Are you too lazy to cut it down, or is it like a lockdown fashion? That's
No, so I actually had a mustache. I was shooting for something and I had kept it and then I trimmed it off. But then I realized if the shoot comes up, I wouldn't be able to grow it that fast. So the best way was to keep the beard growing, and you can always cut it the way you want it once the shoot starts. So this is the best way to keep it for now.
looking good, man. Keep it for a while, you know. So we're here
Thanks.
to talk about your upcoming the project that we all saw and we all love, Bulbbul. All right, I got a chance to watch it before the audience could watch it, and I can say that it's one of a kind where I really liked the movie because of the time span. It was a very short movie, but the director was able to tell the story in that span of time. It wasn't stressed. It wasn't done anything, and the world that she created, it was really mind blowing. The colors, everything was flamboyant for me, you know. Uh,
Yeah.
that was me talking about the Bulbul, but I want to know how's the response been so far. It's been quite a time now. The movie has been released. How have people?
Yeah, it's almost going to be 2 weeks now that the film is up, and what's been crazy is that it's been almost consistent kind of response from day one, which is again rare. What's also amazing is that every facet of the film has been appreciated, which is again very rare.
Right.
Right from the cinematography to the performances, to the direction, to the set designs, to the costumes, all of it. So it just makes you extremely proud to be a part of a film like that. It's here to stay for a long time. It will be part of conversations for a long time, and yeah, it just makes you feel very happy to be part of that kind of cinema.
I understand because I had spoken with Rahul sir, Dipti, Tripti and all. Okay, we were talking about the message that the movie was trying to send us. You know, we are living in such time right now. We're in lockdown. You know, apart from people struggling to eat food and keep their job at hand and everything else, there's another thing that's coming up, and people are talking about is like the home violence that's happening. You know, and the movie correctly points that out as well. You know, so tell me, was that the message you guys were going behind? Was the message behind the movie about the domestic violence that's going on around and to relate to that thing?
I think so. Very honestly, once when we read a script, I'm not looking just at the messaging of the film.
All right, cool.
Because if it's just messaging, I can come on a video and say that bhai ye mat karo, wo mat karo. It's not the messaging which, I mean, of course, the messaging is important. What message goes out is important, but the film is about the story,
Mhm.
and the story of this girl called Bulbul, and how she's affected by the society and social conditions around her, including people around her.
Mhm.
I found that story to be very unique. What was also very unique about the film was the fact that it could never fit it into a straight genre.
Correct.
It was genre flexible, genre bending, whatever you want to call it. And I found that extremely unique. We have very few films in our country who have really gone in that space and expanded the boundaries of a certain genre.
Correct.
Most recently, I remember Tumbad being one, which had
Yes.
kind of done something similar. So I realized that it's a very unique film. That is something that was very, very exciting for me.
Mhm.
Coming to the message of the film, yes. The message of the films is not just domestic violence, I guess. It's also about how over a period of time the system has kind of oppressed and repressed women, and the patriarchal societies that we've been part of. And we need to address that. We need to address that because it is a fact even today. In
Correct.
fact, the character that I play, Satya, when I read it, to me, he was this balanced guy. He was this guy who was right in the center where Indralin and Mahendra were the obvious patriarchs. Uh, and eventually, in the end of the film, Bulbul says, "You are one of the patriots as well." I had a long conversation about it with Amrita, and she pointed out that maybe I'm a closet patriot myself, and I respect her views a lot. So I said, maybe, I don't know. I might be wrong about it. He might be one of those patriarchs. But then there are a lot of people like Satya in this society.
Correct.
And if they are unconsciously being oppressive, it's important to identify that. It's
True.
important to identify that we have this problem. It's only when you identify that there will be a shift. So I particularly felt extremely joyous to play that character, who's so relatable, and so many of Satyas live in this society. So yeah, the messaging does become important, but the fact of the matter is the story was so beautiful. The film in itself, the way it comes together, so engagingly and entertainingly put through to the audience. I think that's most important.
True, fair enough. Because it has come at a time where the story is so relatable, where people are still struggling with things. That's how people connected, and it really connected with people. It really connected with me as well. And I had a long debate with all my critics friends, and we were just debating about it. And we came to a conclusion that yeah, this was the right time to release the movie. So kudos to that.
If that's the case, I would really want to know, what do you think of Satya? Do you think he's a patriarch, and if yes, why?
Okay, that I could not tell right now because the interview is about you. So we'll talk about you
Fair
first.
enough.
Maybe
Fair
off
enough.
camera we can discuss that. Okay.
Fair enough.
Cool. So I also want to discuss about with you about is one thing that we want to talk to you about OTT as a platform right now. With the OTT boom and cinema taking a back step because of the pandemic. Tell me something. What do you think about OTT as a platform like Amazon, Netflix, take whatever? How brave it is right now, and what do you think? The cinema will take a backseat and OTT will play on the front foot? What do you think about that?
No, I think personally, cinema will always exist.
I agree.
As an artist also, if you ask me, what would I prefer? I would prefer the audience to leave their comfort spaces, take time for me, pay that money, come and watch me. There's no bigger joy for an artist than that. Having said that, the OTT platforms have definitely, because it has expanded so much, and now it's available to everyone. Everyone has an exhibition center in their hands.
Right.
There's a lot of content being made. So there's a lot of job opportunities for actors, and it is a kind of boom in the industry where there's so much work happening. But I also feel within a few years it will settle down, and you will filter the premium from the RAF, and that also needs to happen eventually for anything to keep growing. So as of now, it's a great space to be in because there's a lot of work happening. Actors like me who really do not have a lot of work earlier have more opportunities, and a lot many people who probably never had opportunities in their life, if it was only cinema halls, will get the opportunities to express and portray their talents. So I think it's a great space to be in for the industry. But at the same time, if you ask me my personal preference, the cinema halls. It's
I
I
agree to
can't.
you as well. I agree to you as well because as a cinema lover, I like the experience of going to the cinema and watching the movie. So I think so. It will.
Yeah, like just imagine Bulbbul on the big screen, man. It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah, I
it's
understand that.
yeah.
But yeah, I know cinema is here to stay and it will coexist. But in a way, we'll see a change in the shift. But that's there. That cinema is always going to exist. I agree to you on that
Yeah.
point. Avinash, I also wanted to talk to you about what people call actors who have come. There is a word going on right now, outsider and insider, right? I don't know what category
Yeah.
you fall in right now, but as far as I know, they call you an outsider, right? I'm not calling you that
Yeah.
as the industry was calling you, So a
Yeah.
lot of young actors are young aspiring actors, or people who are friends. What texting and asking me was the industry situation right now, with all the nepotism debate going on, people calling insider and outsider. How difficult it is for an outsider to make into an industry, and how did you do it? And what did have you ever deal with bullying, and if you did, how did you cope up with that? I want to know because a lot of young actors might want to know your answer as well.
I won't, taking this opportunity, I wouldn't just talk about this particular industry, but I know it might be a blanket statement and probably shouldn't be making it, but I just feel like I need to express it. I'm not sure if I should be saying this because it would be considered as a blanket opinion for every abuse and exploitation that is happening around. But I just definitely need the desire to share this idea, which is all the abuse and exploitation that I see around, not only in this industry, happens because of power disparity.
Correct.
There's someone who's powerful and there's someone who's not.
Correct.
And those with wrong intentions would probably abuse and exploit the ones who are not. Okay. Having said that, the industry and most of society now, it is evolving, but does provide you the opportunity to rise up again and have a power equilibrium.
Correct.
The fight is to have that power equilibrium. We need that power equilibrium, be it gender, race, caste, creed, actors, whatever you talk about.
Mhm.
There's this power disparity that needs to go away. For me personally, I have realized that the only way to do that is by getting there. rather than complaining, cribbing, and getting affected by it.
True.
So all I have done in my life is, yes, it affects me. Yes, it bothers me. I indulge in that pain, but I get up and say, hello, you know what? This is where I need to be because I need to get to that space. And I push and pull myself in that direction. I hope I keep doing that. For every young aspirant who wants to come into this industry, that's exactly what I want to say. It's not an easy industry. It took me 15 years to get my first opportunity as a lead actor for Laila Majnu. Yes, 15 years of acting and being there. So it needs a lot of perseverance. It needs a lot of patience. But at the same time, really know what you want. You know, if I'm a batsman and I'm not as good as Sachin and Virat, doesn't mean I'm not a batsman.
Correct.
You know, if I'm an actor and I'm not the Shah Rukh Khan or I'm not an Amitabh Bachchan, doesn't mean I'm not an actor. So be there. You have an opportunities. We talk about insiders and outsiders in this industry. 95% of the people are outsiders.
Correct.
You know, and it's only 5% who are the insiders. The industry provides a chance of livelihood to everyone. So yes, there are issues. It will sort itself out when there are more people who get there. But if we keep complaining, cribbing, and losing our hopes because of that, we will never be able to get there. Discard it, move on, fight it out, be there, show up every day. And hopefully one day the light will fall on you and you'll shine the brightest.
Inshallah, that should happen. That will happen because it doesn't take one day to change the whole system. It takes time, and that has started. And I'm glad that
Exactly.
it has
We
started.
need to be patient.
We need to be patient. That's
You're
true.
right.
Correct. People like you and people like me, we have to work towards this so we can make this industry what it is and what it is known for, and we can go worldwide as well. As we are going right now. So let's lighten the mood for now. I have some lockdown questions for you. These are some social media
Oh
questions.
God.
These are some social media questions all over the internet. People have been asking what celebs are up to. All right. So the first question that I usually get is all the time, okay, if you had a chance to choose a lockdown partner, okay, and it has to be a celeb, who would you choose as your lockdown partner and why? You cannot take the name of your existing co-actors or actress, all right?
Oh, wow. Who would I choose my lockdown partner?
Yeah.
Does it have to be from the Hindi film industry?
No, it can be anywhere.
Oh, so I'll tell you, I've been watching a couple of interviews of Fahd Fazil, and I really want to pick on his brain. I would have really wanted to be quarantined with him and understand his process because he doesn't prepare.
All right.
He's spontaneous and he's able to bring this kind of variety. I really want to know how he does that. So yeah, I mean, that's the first name that came in my head right now.
All right. If you had to choose from Bollywood, who would you go for?
Bollywood. I would want to be with the King Khan. So I mean, it's just, and especially if he asks me to quarantine in Mannat, it will be the best thing that's possible. Also because I'm a late Shah Rukh Khan fan. I wasn't fan at the start of it, and I've really become one over a period of time. Also because I realized that this man has created legacy. Unlike a lot of stars in this industry, even with Red Chilies and the VFX company that he has, he's a visionary. He sees things that a lot of people are not able to. And to be able to pick on his brains would be something I would really want to do.
True that, because he's been working a lot on the OTT platform as well. Netflix and everything is coming up and producing movies. That's brave for him, So that's a good choice, yeah. I'm quite impressed. Okay, the next question that I have for you is like, what shows are you currently binge watching? And you go ahead and recommend your fans to go ahead and watch. I know the first is Bulbbul. I'll recommend fans to go ahead and watch that. Apart from that,
yes, of course, go and watch Bulbbul. I've been in such decision paralysis that I've not been really watching any stuff. So I start off and I lose my desire to go on. I've been watching a lot of documentaries. Yes, there was, I don't remember the name. There was a documentary on the Second World War.
Okay.
Which I was checking out. There was also a documentary which talks about consumerism and capitalism. That is something that I've really, especially in the quarantine times with the things that are happening in the world, we definitely need a shift in the way we are looking at everything. Right. And those documentaries at least give you an insight of what can happen and what should happen. So, I mean, if people are willing to, apart from entertainment, if they're willing to engage themselves and learn something out of it, which can help the mankind, they should go and watch these documentaries.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Good. All right. So tell me one hidden talent you might have discovered while sitting at home. They say we make a like anything apart from acting.
That I can make spit bubbles.
That's a very useful talent, bro. That's a very useful talent.
Yeah, I didn't know I could make that. I was like, wow, wow, this is one. This
Bang
is a great
on.
one. Yeah.
Okay, tell me what's your favorite household chores? Like क्या आपको काम करना क्या पसंद है? झाड़ू पोछा कटका मारने में कौन सी सबसे ज्यादा चीज पसंद है?
मुझे I love because I used to do the waiting job in New York when I was working there, and I used to clean the dishes and wash the washrooms, take care of the washrooms and the toilets. So I have taken that responsibility to myself because it's nice. It's in isolation. Nobody bothers you. I can do the cleaning of the dishes. I can easily clean the bathroom and the toilets at my own pace. Yeah, so I find it very meditative. It's very nice. I
All
like those
right.
chords. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, tell me किसका social media page आपको like बहुत impress कर गया इस lockdown में with the kind of post they're posting and everything? Who is that one celebrity? Like,
The so-called celebrities.
yeah, celebrity.
Yeah. I'll tell you what has happened in this lockdown is that I've come through with a lot of thoughts and I've made them into t-shirts. And one of the t-shirts that I've made says propaganda, celebs, influencers, reject them. Uh,
Oh.
and with a huge risk, I say that. But yes, that's where I am right now. So I have really not been following much. I say what I have to. I interact with my fans, and yeah, I hardly follow many on my Instagram, anyways. But yes, there's one person that I really have started uh, getting excited. I mean, Priyanka Chopra as an artist and as a professional. I think she's someone who's really inspired me because in space of lockdown, she's been able to crack such a beautiful deal with Amazon, and
Multi-million
that's
dollar meal. That's the yeah.
yes, that's powerful. That's power, and I really that she inspired me majorly. Yes.
I'm sure. I'm sure. That's a good one. Okay. So tell me something. Who's your 3M friend during lockdown? Who do you call?
I'm sure you want to know it from the industry. So yeah, 3M friend. There is Tripti Dimri, Bulbbul. There's Mrunal
Mhm.
Thakur. Uh, I don't know if you do you know Aditya Kumar Perpendicular
Yes,
from
yes,
Gangs of
yes. From
Wasseypur.
yes, 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 yes.
Yes, so he's one. I think I can call Sajid Ali anytime. I feel like so. These guys are my 3M friends from the
All
industry.
right. That's a good one. Okay. They say we make a habit or break a habit in 21 days, right? But we've been in lockdown for more than 3 months now. Tell me, did you make any habit or broken any habit during this time?
I'm a lazy man. Yeah, for you to make a habit, you need to be active. For you to break a habit, you need to be active. So I'm just where I was 3 months before. Nothing has changed except some gray cells that I might have added.
All right, makes sense. Okay, this was the last question that I have with the lockdown. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did. I don't know if your audience does.
All right, man. Tell me where are we seeing you next? What's happening for Avinash next?
The next is there's the girl on the train,
Mm-hmm.
which is a DreamWorks and Reliance production.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep joking it to my mom that it's my first Hollywood venture, DreamWorks. It's a screen adaptation of the book The Girl on the Train, which is by Paula
All right.
Hawkins,
Mm-hmm.
and it's being directed by Ribudha. It has Pariniti Chopra, Aditi Rao Hydri, Kirti Kuladi, and myself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, hopefully you guys would like it. It was supposed to be released on 8th of May. Unfortunately, because of the lockdown, it couldn't. And now I don't know what's happening with the film. But yes, it should be somewhere. It will probably, hoping it comes from the cinemas like I want it. But I don't know what's happening. So that's next. I was shooting for Dongri to Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
which is being produced by Excel and being directed by Shujat Saudagar.
Right.
And that is something that you will see me next after The Girl on the Train.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have right now. I haven't signed on anything yet.
All right. So have you been preparing on the for the role? Have you read the book?
I have. I mean, I was already shooting for it. We were
Okay.
almost 20 days into the shoot,
Mm-hmm.
really peaking up,
Mm-hmm.
and then unfortunately had to stop because of the lockdown. So yeah, I'm raring to go back. Yes, I would need 10 days again to just get your mindset back into it. But yes, I am really raring to go because,
How's your character developing up? How's your character proceeding? Are you happy with it?
well, I should just say that wait and watch. I hope
Because
I hope I do justice. I hope I do justice. I'm really nervous. I'm
I know
really,
you
really
can't talk
nervous
about
for
it,
it.
but I was just asking that how the character's been developed. In your mind,
Yeah,
how
it's
the
it's
character
it's
is. Are you happy with it?
I think we're going fine right now. It's only when you kind of keep evolving as you shoot. So yes, right now I would say I am decently happy with it. But yeah, I want a knockout punch with this. So let's hope.
Oh, I
Let's hope.
like that. I
Let's
like
hope.
that. I like that confidence, man. Thank you so much for chatting with me, Avinash. It's really great chatting with you, man. Thank you so much for discussing all the
Pleasure,
topics
Imran.
and being so honest with me. Looking forward to see you
Always.
in person, and we can do this again. And best of luck, yeah.
Surely. Thank you so much, Imran. Take care. Bye.